Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at the largely sought after and anticipated 4th Doctor and K1 robot set. Stay tuned. So taking a look at the box, as you can see we have your standard Doctor Who packaging design, which I really don't like. Robot 1974 collector's figure set, limited edition gold sticker. The same bland packaging on the back, the sides, the top, everywhere. It's all naff. You got a really nice, well, read up on the back, which no one ever actually reads, but you can pause the video right now if you wish to do so, and some nice promotional pictures of the images. A weird sticker thing, which luckily is stuck here, because I've seen some where it's been stuck on the front and just anywhere they felt like it, really. So what makes this packaging unique from the rest is actually its size. It's really compact, it's really thin, and it holds the figures in there really nicely, which is very well done, actually, you know. Doesn't take up too much space and looks really neatly presented, so yeah. Inside the box you do also get this very nice diorama of Professor, is it Kettlewell? No, I think that's the guy from Sharda. The Professor's warehouse. Although I will say, compared to other dioramas, this one does appear to be quite bland. It also looks quite blurry, like the rendering hasn't been so good. However, it is literally just a bland, dirty warehouse anyway. It's not really something that I would display these figures with, but it's a nice inclusion nonetheless. Well guys, at least the cat has made a use of the diorama. So, thank you, Eljuar. You get a free cat bed with your 4th Doctor and K1 robot set. Gets a thumbs up from me. So now moving on to the figures, I think we're going to take a look at the 4th Doctor first, as, you know, everyone knows what a 4th Doctor figure is. We've gotten plenty of them in the past before. So what is the difference and the defining things about this figure and what separates it from the rest? Well, first of all, I'm just going to say my head is broken, because many people said that the head was removable, just like the original K1, the K1 Robot Wave 4th Doctor was. But I can tell you from official experience and what you're seeing right here that it is not. So the head is rock hard. It's not like the soft, pliable plastic that we had on the earlier releases, and much like a lot of my B&M figures, which I've tried this with, the peg has now broken. It's forced up inside the body, so I can't actually clip the head on properly. So my 4th Doctor is basically broken. So big thank you to all those reviewers out there who said that the head was removable, without actually testing it, I'm assuming. So yeah, your credibility has gone through the roof. So thank you so much, guys, for essentially breaking my figure. And I can tell you guys, I took the greatest care with taking this off. You know, I didn't just pop it off. I very gently removed it, and yeah, the peg broke. So thanks so much, guys. You've done a great job. So unfortunately, all this head really does now is sit on top of the body. It doesn't actually clip on. I mean, it doesn't look that different, to be honest, but still it is annoying. So this head is very tightly attached. I am just going to warn you guys now, do not try to articulate this head, because like you can even see on the head where the paint, oh, there we go, where the paint has actually rubbed, because it's just so tightly on there. And this scarf is rock hard compared to the original, which was quite a soft, movable plastic. This one, it really is tight, and it really locks the head in there. So there's no articulation in the head at all. Please don't try it, guys, otherwise you shall share a similar fate. But yeah, I'm gonna have to see if I can figure out a way to fix that. But you've heard it here first, guys, so you know, I don't want you guys breaking your toys. So if you hear someone say, oh, the head's swappable just like the original, no, it isn't. And, you know, I have the original here to prove it. Look at that. Popped off nice and easily. It's got a very strong and sturdy peg, although I don't want to test its strength. And because of the soft, pliable head, it just clips on there very, very nicely. You know, has plenty of motion. And yeah, it's very easily removable. The same cannot be said for this one. So like I said, guys, just don't try it. It's not worth it. But anyway, taking a look at the actual figure, it's a very nice figure. It's nothing that we haven't seen before in terms of sculpt. The biggest selling point for this figure is the colour difference. We do have the updated speckled trousers, which are very nice. I really like how they've applied that sort of texture paint to it, which really brings out the sort of fabric look of the trousers. Very well done. This is the second time they've done this. The first time was on the Terror of the Zygons unit set 4th Doctor, which I absolutely hate because of that terrible head sculpt, and it's really nice to see it on another 4th Doctor figure. I hope this becomes standard for all future ones. It probably will. On the shoes, you've got a very nice wash here, just to really bring them out. Very nice detailing. Exactly the same as the original. The scarf, as far as I can tell, is the same as the original, except the colours are much, much more lighter. It has been painted on both sides, so it hasn't been done cheaply. Just take the head off so you can have a look at the updated cravat. A very, very nice job that they've done here, and with the waistcoat. Sadly, however, they have removed the stripes from the shirt, which is inaccurate. I'm not sure why, probably to cut costs. I mean, you could always add it yourself if you're very good at painting, I suppose, but you know, that is a shame, especially when they put so much effort into getting the cravat right. So, fundamental differences between this and the original are obviously the much lighter colours and the inclusion of gold painted on the buttons, which is inaccurate. The original jacket never had gold buttons, so I'm not sure what Aljuar is doing. Yeah, very, very strange. I don't remember it ever having gold buttons on it, to be honest, but it looks nice. It's something different. You've also got the elbow pads at the back there, and plus you also have the gold buttons on the cuffs. So, yeah, in terms of articulation, it's exactly the same. You've got a 360 at the shoulder, full 360 at the bicep, 90-degree bend at the elbow, full 360 at the hand. Articulation's very smooth, which I like. Nothing is stiff or gummy. Full rotation at the waist. Legs can come out to the side as well as go forward to a nice degree. You have a full rotation at the top of the leg as well as a 90-degree bend on the knee. And let me just emphasize this again, guys. No articulation at the head. Sorry, I had to let that out. So, yeah. It's nice articulation, you know, it's everything you've come to expect from a 4th Doctor figure. But really the main difference between this is the lighter colours and of course the head sculpt they've used. Now, with the original 4th Doctor, my friend Alex actually gave this to me, so I don't have the swappable head to show you guys. If it'll focus on him. Will it focus? Yeah. So, as you can see, big difference in the head. The hat is a lighter brown, as I said. The colour scheme is basically just lighter. Everything is lighter than the original. One thing I have noticed is it doesn't have that scuffing on the shoes that the original had, so that's a shame. But yeah, the head on this one, I have a feeling is the one that came on the Seeds of Doom Tom Baker figure, but it's been painted much, much better. A lot of people have said the skin tone is really light. I don't think so. I think that's what flesh actually looks like, unlike this strange yellowy colour here. So really good job to that. The face itself has been very, very nicely painted. Nothing sloppy, nothing rushed. Lips are a good colour. The hair has got a bit of a grey in it, which is inaccurate. He shouldn't have grey in his hair at this early in his run, but there you go. So, overall, when comparing the original here and the updated one, actually pop his head on, which one do I prefer? Well, honestly, I'm going to still say the original. I just think the original, despite, you know, not having the updated cravat and waistcoat, you know, like this one, and the speckled trousers, it doesn't have that either. I just think it is a much, much more better representation of Tom Baker. And, you know, I mean, come on. That is Tom Baker. Unmistakably. You know, you've even got the little creases and everything, and the teeth are so well done. I don't know, this head sculpt, it's nice, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think any Fourth Doctor figure has ever topped this original. So, still worth tracking down if you want a definitive version. If you're happy to settle with this, that's perfectly fine. Just please, guys, don't take the head off. Yeah. Just don't take the head off. Moving on to the figure which I'm sure all of you guys are actually interested in, it is the K1 Robot re-release. I mean, looking at it, you might think, wow, that is just amazing. That is the best figure they've ever made, no question about it. And it does look very good. The pink that they've included is far, far more accurate to the story, which is something that I actually never noticed until I've done my research and gone back and looked and like, oh yeah, it is pink. So, fair enough. The silver is really, really nice. It's really shiny. And yeah, details are everything you'd expect. They've added a grey here, which apparently is more accurate. They've added a black here, which apparently is inaccurate, but there you go. Can't have a character options figure without some inaccuracies, can we? But I'm not fussy about that kind of stuff. I'm just really great to have a K1 robot because, you know, it's a figure I've been trying to get for years. I've been trying to collect and build the original, but as you guys know, it goes for a fortune. Until now, of course, now they've released this, you might actually stand a chance of getting the original cheaper. And you know what, guys? I'd highly recommend that you go and get the original. I'm not even joking. I would highly, highly recommend that you go and get the original. Because, oh my goodness me, where do I even begin? Yeah. I think that to me, do you know what, guys? I don't even need to say anything else. I really don't. That to me just sums up this figure. So, let's take a look at the K1 robot. So looking at it, the detail is absolutely phenomenal. I think sculpt-wise, this is one of Character Options' best figures that they've ever made. I mean, it looks like it's come straight out the show. And that just goes, that's a testament to just how talented their sculptors are. You know, absolutely brilliant. And I say this about NECA as well. You know, even though their figures have every problem under the sun, you can't deny that at least the sculpt and the look of them is good, right? Yeah, well, the same can be said for this figure. It's absolutely brilliant. It's got wonderful paint. It's got, you know, a nice metallic shine to it. Even on the pink has got a nice shine to it. Love the detail on the head. Love that kind of transparent thing you've got there at the top. When the light catches it, it's really nice. You've got all the grating details near towards the mouth. It just looks fantastic. And the inclusion of the blaster is something I was quite surprised. I mean, they never give the Doctor any accessories, so I just wasn't expecting them to include the gun, but they have. So props to you, character. That was really nice of you to do, if the bloody thing will actually stay up. So yeah, very nicely detailed. You've got the silver and the gold on there. So you might be saying to yourself, well, Jack, you know, what's the problem? This figure looks absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it looks absolutely fantastic. That's really where it stops, to be quite honest with you guys. Never before have I experienced a figure that is such a pain in the arse to stand up. Don't believe me? Look at that, okay? And I treat my figures with respect. I don't wave or shake them about, but look at this. Look at the legs. Look, I'm holding the weight. Look at the legs. Look at the arms. I bet you it actually... Look, see, it's moving, it's moving. I brought it up, and it just flops straight back down, look. Won't stay up. I'm amazed I can get this to stay up. So, yeah, character, you've really buggered this one, haven't you? So, the excuse that I keep hearing for this ridiculous quality control is, oh, it was a collect and build figure, so putting it together at the factory, there was clearly a lot of problems and they couldn't get the joints to be tight enough. I mean, my brain can't really process how that, you know, if you collect and build the original figure, the joints are tight. So how comes putting it together at the factory means that the joints are loose? And if that was the case, I'd have much rather they given us a fourth Doctor with all of the parts to build the K1 robot ourselves. So you imagine you get the figure and then you get all the individual parts. So you buy it and then you have to put it together yourself. I wouldn't have minded if that would have meant that at least the joints would have been tight and we could make sure they were tight, because this thing already being put together, you can't access the joint to try and tighten it. Now, I've seen YouTuber like Captain Jimmy Pie has found a way to get this sort of ring thing that he puts in there. The bottom line is, guys, we shouldn't have to do that. And, you know, I've even heard people come up with this, oh, well, that's how he moves in the show. He's all like, you know, that's not the point. It's like, fair enough, yeah, he moves like that in the show, but as my friend Lee says, there's an actor in there. He's not just going to fall over. When you're trying to stand this guy on the shelf, guys, he's a nightmare. He's fallen over twice. You know, I've got a wooden floor in my room, so if this guy tumbled off the shelf, he'd break, and that would just be heartbreaking. So, no, there's no excuse for this. This should not have come out in this state. Look, I know... I understand maybe I do give character too much grief at times. Maybe I do, right? And it's a nice figure. It looks brilliant, but it should not have come out in this state. And all of you guys who have this set and have seen other reviews of this set will know what I'm talking about. These joints are ridiculously loose. They are ridiculously loose. And there's no excuse. You know, I understand it's only £20, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. Right, I'm annoyed. You know, you get a fourth Doctor with it. It's £20. Am I saying it's a bad set? No. I suppose for the money you're paying, but God, this is a disappointment, guys. This is a huge disappointment. I have found a way to stand him. I push... What I do is I push the hips back and then just lean the chest forward and put the head up, so he looks like he's looking relatively straight. And amazingly, this arm actually stays up. This one doesn't, although it does flop down over time. I'm not even going to do the articulation. Arms can move forward. You've got a joint in there. They do rotate 360. This hand can move. As you haven't already guessed, this has a rotation in it, of course. The legs come forward on these joints here. And then the feet, it does also have a rotation at the top of the leg. And then the feet also do rotate, but they're quite tight. They're the only joint on this figure that is actually bloody tight. And also the toes clip up. But just be careful with these because they do come off. If they do come off, guys, don't worry. You can just clip them straight back on. But mine did come off when I first tried moving them. You also do have a full 360 at the head, but you're not going to want to turn it right the way around because you don't want to scratch the paint off. You know, detail's great. Look at all this on the back. You do have this weird stuff printed on the bum, which wasn't there originally, but, you know, I'm so disappointed with this. When they said there was a K1 robot coming out, guys, I literally lost breath. I was that excited. And I'm sorry, I don't think this set has lived up. I really don't. So overall, what do I think of this figure set? Well, at a price of £20, I suppose, you are getting... Look, you're getting a nice Fourth Doctor figure, one that I repeat, doesn't have a removable head. You are getting the K1 robot. You are going to have to fiddle around with this figure quite a bit. You can tighten it up with blue tack, I suppose, or maybe figure out some other way of tightening up the joints. And I suppose you could argue at least you're getting a K1 robot. And for a price of £20, yeah, you are definitely getting your money's worth. I'm not trying to put you guys off, going and buying this set. That's not what I'm trying to do at all. I actually really like it and I'm really happy to have it. But I'm not just going to pretend like these problems don't exist, and I'm not going to pretend not to be irritated by them. I'm sorry. I love character options. I really do. I've been collecting the figures since I was a kid. Right, so I'm not a troll. I'm not someone who just hates things for the sake of hating them. I see problems with things, and I have to point them out. Guys, I've ordered the new character online exclusive Silurian set. That's 30 quid. If I didn't like this company, do you really think I would pay that kind of money? No, of course not. When I see a dodgy product, I have to make it known. That's how things work on this channel. I don't shill, and I don't pretend that things aren't bad when they actually are, okay? Overall, the K1 robot looks really, really nice. I really like him. You get a nice Fourth Doctor figure, which doesn't have a removable head, don't you know? And, while I do prefer the original version, at the end of the day, it's really pleasing on the eyes. I do like the lighter colour scheme. That's just personal to me. I love the new silver that the robot's in, and the pink is far more accurate, but these joints, guys, there's no excuse. I'm sorry. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this review, guys. I really hope you liked it, and if you did, be sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Are you going to get this set yourselves? Have you already got it? And are you lucky enough to have a robot that isn't a lanky, loose thing? Just... yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Stay safe and happy wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.